What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do it on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day. Money Making Friday, ladies and gentlemen, at one of my absolute favorite days of the week. Finally, man, we got a sizable NBA card. It's been a light week, man, with the NBA in-season tournament teams getting rest. But tonight, man, we got a loaded card, and y'all know the drill. We finna cook it up and try to smash it per usual. We smashed our NBA Player of the Day last night with the Boston Celtics. They took the Detroit Pistons behind the woodshed. Shout out Boston, man. Shout out to them boys. We've hit 10 of 15 on that NBA Player of the Day, and we're just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. You could scoop that play up today over at Pickdawgz Premium, or you can hop on something long-term, man. A 3-day pass gets you every single play that I release over the weekend, every single sport, man. So seriously think about hopping on one of those. Let's do what we do, man. Let's kick the crap out of the books. We got a really good card today. Small card tomorrow, just 2 games, but tonight we're finna hit the ground hard, man. Hit the ground running. Let's do what we do. So without further ado, let's do exactly that. Let's make some money tonight. Let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. First game of the day. We're in Cleveland, where the Cleveland Cavs are 16.5-point home favorites over the Washington Wizards. Hey, this is one, no need to overcomplicate it. Unless we have a clear and concise reason to fade Cleveland, we're just not interested in doing so. The Cavs, #1 record in the NBA. Also, the #1 ATS team in the NBA. Man, they have been a money-making machine. You've made more money betting Cleveland than any other team this season, and I'm just going to continue to ride them unless I have a reason not to. And in this one, we've already seen them take the Washington Wizards behind the shed, not once but twice this season. The first one was back in October, 135-116 in Washington. The second one was earlier this month on the 3rd in Cleveland, 118-87. I believe something similar is supposed to happen in this game tonight. The Cavs are in a similar spot to what I saw with Boston yesterday. Boston was severely rested at home, had an extended rest period, 5 days or so. But right before that rest period, they had lost. And that's the same thing with Cleveland. Cleveland only has 4 losses on the season, and they took one right before this break. They took it in Miami, so I believe that was stewing in their brains over the last week or so. Tonight, lock-in spot at home at the crib Friday night. Should be a 20-plus point blowout for the Cavs like they've done in both meetings this season. No reason for me not to trust them. Again, the #1 record team in the NBA, the #1 ATS team in the NBA. Everybody's waiting on that left shooter drop for them. But I think they're legitimate championship contenders. In a 7-game series, do I think they beat Boston? No. But if they have the home court advantage, I think they have a legitimate chance to do so. I would still take Boston, but I think that's a testament to how good Cleveland has really been this season. And I don't think the general public has caught on to that. They still don't believe in them. And that's why I believe they're underrated, undervalued. I'll lay the huge number with them here in our first game of the night. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up, we're in Philadelphia, where the Sixers are laying 6.5 points on the Indiana Pacers. Interesting battle we got going on here. 2 teams that have been really, really disappointing this season. Philly, mainly the injury. Indiana, injury as well. They're missing a lot of their key role players. Philadelphia is missing their main guy. We'll see how both of these teams respond in this one. This is a game I'm not overly in love with. The Sixers have played better. They've won 4 of their last 5. Beat up on Detroit, Charlotte, Orlando, and Chicago. Joel Embiid will be playing in this one, so will Paul George. I believe the Sixers should win this game, but in all honesty, I'm not interested in laying the points with them. I'm not interested in laying points with Philadelphia right now. Until they show me a couple more times that they're going to be trustworthy, that they're going to lock in and go on a run, I'm just not interested in laying points with this team. Not saying they won't win games, not saying that they're a bad team. I'm just saying they have to show me before I jump in that water. On the flip side, Indiana's been playing terrible, and they've been hot garbage on the road all season long. One of the worst road ATS teams in the NBA. If you've been betting Indiana on the road, man, hey, it's been a tough season for you. They got beat up by Memphis on the road. Toronto beat them on the road. New York beat them on the road. They did bounce back and beat Chicago on the road, but then lost at home to Charlotte. It's been a tough go at it here for Indiana. In a game like this, though, I'm going to grab the points with the Indiana Pacers. I think this game probably comes right down to it. Sixers win, Pacers cover. Both teams rested coming into this game. Not a game I'm in love with. Not a game I'm rushing to the window with. I'm just here to give y'all my thoughts. And my thoughts are both teams have been disappointing. Both teams really need this win. Wouldn't be shocked if this game came right down to the wire. I know Indiana's been terrible on the road this season, but they did win their last road game against Chicago. And with how disappointing Philadelphia's been this season now with expectations, I can't trust them. I can't lay points with them. So, puts me on Indiana. I'll grab the points. Here in this one. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up. We're in Minnesota where the Timberwolves are 8.5-point home favorites over the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers. Total right now in this game, 213.5. I'm on the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers in this one, plus the points. I'm well aware of the injury report. LeBron out for this one. Anthony Davis, game time decision, probable though. And Austin Reeves, also game time decision with Jared Vanderbilt being out. Minnesota's only missing Joe Ingles. I'm well aware that Minnesota just took these boys behind the woodshed, blew the doors off of them earlier this month, 109-80 in Minnesota. That was in the revenge spot, though, as the Lakers won the first meeting this season, 110-103 in LA. Y'all know me, man. What do I call the Minnesota Timberwolves? AKA the House of Disappointment. With expectations at home at the crib, they almost never do it. That's why they earned the nickname the House of Disappointment, man. They've been called that for the last couple seasons. This just seems like a spot where the Timberwolves probably win the game. They do not cover this point spread. Lakers come in here rested. Lakers come in here, I think, have a good game. I think this is going to be an Anthony Davis style game. I think he absolutely goes off on Rudy Gobert tonight. Can't trust Minnesota with expectations at home. I know the Lakers just got aired out in Minnesota the other day, 109-80, but in this one, I think they play it closer to the vest, even without LeBron. I think this one comes down to it. In this style game, I want the points in my back pocket with the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up. We're in Memphis where the Grizzlies, sizable home favorites, laying 11.5 on the Brooklyn Nets. Total in this one right now hanging around 230.5. Hey, I'm on the Grizzlies. I'm laying the points in this one. Double revenge spot at home at the crib. And hey, y'all know what I say. When Ja Morant's on that floor in Memphis, especially on a Friday night, well rested, man, this building finna be rocking. The Grizzlies go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. And especially in the double revenge spot, I expect them to take Brooklyn behind the woodshed. Brooklyn won the first meeting 119-106 in Memphis in October. And then they won the last meeting at the beginning of November, 106-104 in Brooklyn. But I would say both of those games early in the season, Memphis is a totally different team now than they were then. And now with revenge on their mind, last time they'll see Brooklyn this season, man, I think they kicked the crap out of these boys. Memphis has turned it on recently, been red hot. And I think they continue to keep it rolling. I have not liked what I've seen from Brooklyn recently. They started the season off as one of the best ATS money-making machines recently. They haven't had that same punch, that same oomph. They got beat up in back-to-back games at home by Orlando. Chicago aired them out on the road. Indiana, they did beat them at home. Solid win for them, but then they lost at home to Milwaukee. Injury report-wise, I see Cam Thomas is out, their bucket getter. Bogdanovich is still out. I just not liking what I'm seeing right now for Brooklyn. Memphis is rolling. Memphis goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. Double revenge spot. Friday night. Building gonna be jumping. I'll lay the double digits with Memphis. Here in this one. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up. We're in Chicago where your Chicago Bulls are laying 6.5 points on the Charlotte Hornets. It's a tough game for me. A game 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to the window to bet. Keep an eye on this injury report as well for Chicago. They got a lot of game time decisions right now. Zach LaVine, Josh Giddey, Patrick Williams, Vucevic, and Lonzo Ball are all game time decision in this one, man. That's all the key guys for the Bulls, essentially. For Charlotte, of course, LaMelo's still out. He did practice the other day, so he should be back soon. But for tonight's action, I believe he's still out. Chicago, they're 5-7 overall at home against the number this season. 1-1 as a home favorite. Laying 6.5 for Chicago makes my stomach hurt, though. Not really interested in doing that. Chicago has a dog on the road against, good teams. I like to bet Chicago in that style spot, in that style situation. But laying points with Chicago, I'm not really interested in doing that. Forced to play this game, I would lean towards the Charlotte Hornets getting points in this one. Wouldn't be surprised if this game came right down to it. Chicago is the better team. They should win the game based on who I believe will be on the floor tonight. But laying points with them, I cannot do. Give me Charlotte, man. I like what I'm seeing from Brandon Miller right now. I think him, Trey Mann, and company can do enough to keep this game competitive. I'll grab the points in my back pocket with Charlotte here in this one. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up, we're in Denver, where the Denver Chicken Nuggets are laying 6.5 points on the Los Angeles Clippers. Total right now currently 228.5. I'm on the Nuggets. I'm going to lay the points with them here in this spot. Keep an eye on the injury report for the Nuggets, though. A lot of their key role players are game time decision. Christian Braun, Aaron Gordon, and Jamal Murray. Keep an eye out on those fellas. For the Clippers, they're banged up as well. PJ Tucker, Terrence Mann, Derrick Jones Jr., of course, Kawhi. I'm just naming the names that are out. James Harden looks like he will play in this game tonight, though. The Clippers, they've won both meetings over the Denver Nuggets this season, 109-104 in Denver back in October. And then they beat them earlier this month on the 1st, 126-122 in LA. That sets up a double revenge spot at home at the crib for the Denver Nuggets, who I know they haven't recently looked like it, but I still wholeheartedly believe they go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib, up there in that elevation, real home court advantage. They took the Atlanta Hawks behind the woodshed on the road in their last game, and I think they keep some of that momentum rolling forward here in this one at home. Got to play the spot, got to play the situation. I love betting Denver in Denver anyway, and in the double revenge spot at home, I'll lay it. The Clippers coming off a pretty significant homestand, lost back-to-back games, Minnesota and Houston at home. I think they lose a third straight, this time on the road to Denver. No need to overcomplicate it. Double revenge spot at home for the Nuggets where they go stupid, dummy, crazy. I'll lay the points. Keep an eye out, though, on their key role players in this game. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up, we're in Utah where the Jazz are 8.5-point home dogs with the Phoenix Suns rolling in. Keep an eye on this injury report as well, man. A lot of injury news that hasn't broke yet at the time of recording this video. Kevin Durant, game time decision. Probable, though, but game time decision. For the Utah Jazz, Lauri Markkanen, game time decision, true questionable. And Jordan Clarkson, he's a true questionable as well. I need to know what's up with Markkanen and Jordan Clarkson. I really need to know what's up with both of them. If they play, I'm on the Utah Jazz plus the points. At home, at the crib, in the revenge spot. Phoenix is the better basketball team. They've been night and day with Kevin Durant on and off the floor. With them on the floor, they've been money this season, but I still don't trust them laying this many points on the road on Utah. I know Utah right now is currently on the D&B, but off the break, at home, Friday night, revenge game. This is a Utah Jazz style spot. Suns should win the game, but I don't trust them laying this many points. The Suns have not been an ATS money-making lay points on the road style team the last 2 seasons. The Jazz have been a money home dog the last couple seasons. Not really this season, mainly a lot last season, but in this specific spot, especially if Jordan Clarkson and Lauri Markkanen play, I got to play the spot, man. I have to. Give me the Utah Jazz plus the points at home at the crib. Keep an eye out, though, on this injury report. I'll try to do my best today on Twitter to keep y'all updated on what goes on. But I can't lay this many points on the road with Phoenix. I still got a soft spot for the Jazz at home getting points. Last and final game of the night. We're in Portland where the Trailblazers are 3.5-point home dogs with the San Antonio Spurs rolling in. This game just falls into one of my favorite spots and situations. The bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game. And that's the spot here for the Portland Trailblazers. San Antonio won the first meeting this season, 118-105 in San Antonio on the 7th of November. San Antonio did win their last game coming into this game, 121-116 over the New Orleans Pelicans. The Blazers have now lost 4 straight. Lost at home to Dallas, 137-131 covered. Got blown out by the Clippers on the road, 127-105. Utah came in there and blew the doors off of them, 141-99. and the Lakers beat them up on the road 107-98. Bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game, and their last home game was an absolute stinker. So I think they come in here inspired tonight and have a legitimate chance to win this game outright. I'll grab the points in my back pocket and sprinkle on the money line on Portland here in our last and final game of the night. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam Session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. Money Making Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue to do what we do, which is kick the crap out of the books betting hoops. We smashed our NBA Player of the Day last night with the Boston Celtics. Man, we've hit 10 of 15 on that NBA Player of the Day, just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. You can scoop that play up for $25 over at Pickdawgz Premium. There's a link for that in the description below. Or you can hop on something long-term, money-making weekend on the horizon. 3-day pass gets you every single play that I release, every single sport over the weekend. Finally, a huge card tonight on Friday. It's been a light week this week with the NBA in-season tournament teams getting rest and things of that nature, but solid card tonight. Y'all know I'm hitting the ground hard. Only 2 games tomorrow, NBA in-season tournament games in Vegas, but we'll break them down tomorrow, man. Tonight, let's do what we do, which is kick the crap out of the books betting hoops. I appreciate each and every one of y'all more than y'all know, man. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. See y'all on the morning show, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.